And I never, ever thought that I would be on Ikechi's side. But at this point, how many ways does he have to tell you he don't want you? Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo at Mo Perspective, and this is your average logical thinker. And today we are going to review the latest episode of Married at First Sight. How on earth is Emems still hopeful? I'm still confused at this point. I thought at least 3 to 4 episodes ago, she had finally realized that Ike ain't for her and that Ike don't want her. But no, here she is again, still holding on, still having hope. Emems has that I wish factor. And I don't understand it. I thought she had a little bit of self-esteem. I thought she had some self-worth, but no. Out here looking like a straight up pick-me. I cannot believe it. But here we are. They finally meet with Dr. Pia. And once again, these experts are gaslighting these people to think that they actually have a chance when the writings are on the wall. Everybody can see that these two do not like each other. They do not belong together, and they should just let it go. But the experts, I guess this is part of their job, is to try to keep the couples together as long as possible. But at this point, we are really forcing it. You are really trying to push a square peg into a round hole, and it's just not going to work. Ikechi does not want it. He has said it 50 times. Ikechi say he don't want it, and y'all still keep forcing it on him. Now I understand why he gets frustrated, because it's like I've been mean, I've been nice about it, I've been polite about it. So I understand his frustration at this point. I have told you every way plus Sunday that I don't want this, and everybody still keeps forcing it. I understand now. I do. And I never, ever thought that I would be on Ikechi's side. But at this point, how many ways does he have to tell you he don't want you? Like, that man said, let's go play games just to appease you. Because in this point, he realized this woman actually still wants to be with me, even though I have told her I don't like her like that. I've told her I detest her, all of the things, and she still is here. Let me throw her a bone. Let me give her a little something so that, she don't feel completely destroyed. You want to go play some games? Let's go play some games. So he did that just to be nice in that moment. That is not an indication that he wants this relationship. And he tried to explain that on the after party, right? He tried to explain that to Keisha. But what they were trying to explain to him is that women, we go off of the actions and not just the words. And although 90% of his actions have told you this man don't want you, one time he said, let's go play games, and all of a sudden you got hope again. That's crazy to me. You have to look at the whole situation in totality and see what he has done as a husband throughout the whole thing, not this one moment. And women, we have to get this through our heads. What a man does and what he says are going to be two different things sometimes. A lot of times what he says and what he does is not going to match up, but you have to look at both. He may do something nice for you, but that don't mean he love you. That don't mean he want to be with you. If a man takes you to dinner but yet says, I'm not attracted to you, what you going to go with? You going to go with the fact that, oh, he took you to dinner and he treated you nice that day, so you still going to give it up, even though he's literally telling you, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be with you. God is not the author of confusion. So if ever at any point you're not sure what's going on and it's confusing and you're getting mixed messages, that means he ain't the one. And to keep it moving. Moving on over to Juan and Karla. They meet with the tarot card reader, what does she call her? Her life balancing expert, the spirit guide, healing sessions. I don't know. Juan's not into it. Juan ain't here for it. Juan don't like it. Juan don't want it. Juan is over it. Okay. He said, I'm not into the tarot. I'm not into any of that. I don't want it. He said, it's too many crystals. It's too much sage. It's too much Palo Santo. It's too much spirit. I'm not here for it. He sat there gracefully, respectfully, and he said, I'll take what you said into consideration. Come to find out, Juan's brother is a tarot reader. Who'd have thought? What? It's looking like Juan is the only sane one in his family and in this marriage, okay? And I don't blame him. You know, in life, sometimes we just have to go with the punches and we just have to roll with life, you know, and create our own destiny, as Juan said. You know, whatever effort you put out is what you're going to get back, you know, and we're so focused on wanting to know what our future holds, what's coming next. You know, we sometimes we just want to know too much rather than just putting in the work and then yielding the result from that. But everybody just wants to know what's going to happen next and what could be. And it's just like, just live life and trust God. Madison is the MVP here. I keep saying it over and over again. Madison is smart and Madison knows what she's doing. They finally use the night cam. Yes, they got her. They got her on the night cam, y'all. They got her creeping. Did y'all see her? She was and then she snuck her ass right on in that room, and then had the nerve the next day to be all excited recapping her taco escapade last night. Alan don't care about none of that. Alan want to know, where the heck was you at? Why you always leaving when you should be at home with me? Coming home at 3 a.m, the same time David comes home at 3 a.m. And I am so mad, you guys, that on this episode, we did not get, I said, this is the episode. This is it, where it's going to finally all just come to head and they just going to, you know, tell it all out. Somebody going to admit to something and everything's going to blow up. Nope. We still got a cliffhanger. I'm like, you know what? Now y'all dragging it, and I don't appreciate it. Alan and Madison meet up with the expert, meet up with Dr. Pia. And again, Madison here is just gaslighting, you know, I'm getting to the point where when it's Madison talking, I fast forward. I dislike her so much on this show that when her scenes come, even when she's talking to Alan, I usually kind of fast forward or tune her out because it's frustrating to listen to her lie. You know, just like when I watch Married to Medicine, anytime Dr. Jackie come on there, if Dr. Jackie is with a patient or Dr. Jackie is with her husband or Dr. Jackie is by herself, I fast forward because I just dislike her character on the TV show that much. Dr. Jackie is an op, and the way that she did Black pregnant women last year or year before last, I will never forget it. And because of that, I will never like you. So anytime she comes on, fast forward, don't want to hear it, don't care, you're not that important, don't like you. So I'm starting to feel the same way about Madison. It's bothersome to watch her. But they meet with the experts and it's just blah, 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 because I wasn't paying attention. I know she was probably complaining about something that didn't make any sense. And poor Alan is just like, you know, it is what it is. David and Michelle talk again. And here he goes lying yet again. Listen, David, the truth ain't in you, bruh. At this point, the truth ain't in you. You just keep lying. I mean, he's getting closer. He's getting closer and closer to the truth, y'all. He's getting closer, but my boy is doing too much and I don't like it. Now we got Tiffany. He done brought in Tiffany now. I mean, at least he told partial truth. At least he told that he finally admitted, that it was for another person. Now we just got to get to the truth of who it was that you sent it to, bruh. And then all will be good. Here we go with Camille and Thomas. Again, Camille, just basic, just as basic as they come. I thought they looked cute the way they coordinated the orange and everything when they met with the expert. And Camille's issue now, I mean, dang on, Camille. Camille got an issue again. Every time we turn around, Camille got this. Come on, Camille. Camille is now frustrated at the fact that Thomas has not initiated concrete plans for after decision day. What are we going to do, Thomas? Are you moving in my place? Am I moving in yours? What are we going to do? She wants him to move the solid plans forward. I do believe at this point that Thomas does need a push. Thomas is one of those type of people that he does not initiate much. You have to tell him. Now, he'll do it. He's a worker bee. He's going to do it. But he's not going to initiate. He's not going to take the initiative to get certain things done. And I could see how that would be frustrating for a woman like Camille. But that's something that she's going to have to work with. At least he's willing to do it when you do ask him. I give you that. It's just like my son. You know what I'm saying? I tell him all the time, hey, if you see the trash full, just go ahead and take it out. But no, he's 10. I still got to tell him, you know what I'm saying? But when I do tell him, he's right on it. And sometimes he even will replace the bag, y'all. So that's going to be Camille and Thomas's relationship, unfortunately. But I also think that because every time we turn around, Camille is complaining about something. So that might give Thomas just a little pause to be like, I don't think she's going to say yes on decision day. She could not. At this point, it's 50-50. So I don't really want to make any solid plans. So I could see that being his thought process as well. But they do go out to dinner later on. And Thomas says that he is willing to split everything down the middle. And I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, oh, Thomas is a 50-50 dude, huh? Okay. I mean, I guess, and Camille didn't seem bothered by it. She was like, okay, but I'm pretty sure in the back of her mind, she thinking something. I think she might be thinking a little something. She didn't let on, which was good for you, Camille. You got that emotional regulation on lock. But I was surprised to hear that. And it also made me think that maybe Camille ain't putting it down in the bedroom as much as she wants Thomas to. Just saying. Next scene, we get to Alan and Madison, and he got the Invisalign, and she's making him a better man for the next woman because she don't want him. So I do give Madison props on this. Madison is upgrading Alan because Alan, I know nobody's ever told you this and you never had a problem with your teeth, sir. But that is the first thing that I noticed on the marriage day, on the wedding day, was your teeth. Okay. It's never been a problem for you, but it could be a problem for some. But at any rate, is going to be for the better, and she said that, she said at the end of the day, you should want to take care of yourself for you, and crooked teeth, it is not necessary to have perfect teeth. That's not perfect. That's not a thing to have perfect teeth. Everybody don't have perfect teeth. I got jacked up teeth. This gap right here, this is smaller than what it used to. My gap between my teeth used to be this big, y'all, this big, right? And then I have other gaps down here that I want to get fixed, but it's not a pressing issue. It's not necessary, right? And if a person is okay with their teeth being crooked, it's okay to have crooked teeth. That is normal, okay? It depends on how bad the teeth are and if it's impeding you from being able to eat properly or if it's causing you pain. That's when you want to take care of it. And then later on for aesthetics, if you please, but it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's flossing and brushing his teeth and getting his dental appointments done, what's the problem? But then again, you have people in the world that are superficial. And unfortunately, Alan, if you want a woman like Madison, who people, I guess, would consider her to be hot, she's a hot chick or whatever, you also want to please her too. And you want to be, it has to, I get it. It's got to match, I guess, if you will. Y'all got to match, right? So She wants him to fix his teeth. He's willing to do it. And good job, Madison, for making him better for the next woman, because we already know you don't want him. Okay, y'all. So we finally at the retreat, honey. And this is where I thought it was going down. But no. Madison and Michelle meet up and they hug, and the whole time I'm just looking at Madison, you backstabbing. Beep! Oh, I can't stand her. But it was just awkward. It was as if everybody already knew what was going on, but they were all afraid to say. Just the tension, that awkwardness and everything. And Madison is just playing it. Madison. Ooh, Madison is one of those women you got to watch out for. Madison is the type of woman, well, she is, because she just did it, that will be friends with you and will mess around with your man at the same time and pretend like all is good. Exactly like what she's doing. And I've known people who've done that, who've messed around with men and was actually cool with their wives or their girlfriends. And the whole time I'm just like, I don't know how a person's conscience can let you do that. You know, being with a man that's already taken, fine, cool. A lot of people do it. And we actually going to talk about that later. Not on this, but in another one of my segments for Black History, Black Women Month of Love. But she dirty. And anybody that gets with her long term, be on the lookout. Bolo. You know, she knows how to, she's just a snake and she's really good at it. And that's that shit I don't like. Very awkward, very awkward. So here we go. Dinner time, but they never really confront anything. That's what bothers me. They're at dinner and they're all talking about each other's issues. And in walks Ikechi with his uniform on, you know, the Z-Lul glasses. Me and him shop at the same glass place, okay? The same glasses spot with a different pair of frames with no lens, the cap, the jean jacket with a sweater underneath, and the tight jeggings or leggings or whatever. I mean, he's a clown, you know? Can you sign this divorce paper? And Mem said, I'm a professional, baby. What are we doing here? Page 1 of 4. Where are the other 3, sir? And he's looking like, can you just sign it? Like, this is just for TV. I just came here to start mess and to make a scene and get my 15 minutes of fame. Just sign the paper and pretend like all of them are there. Please, you're embarrassing me. Now I look more like a fool. Stupid. He makes a scene. They go. I think people are now starting to realize Ikechi is more of a clown. And if I'm getting into it with my man or with anybody, you know who I want on my team? I want Camille. I need Camille as my hype woman, okay? Because it is Black History, Black Women Month of Love, and I need Camille on my side when my man is doing me dirty and didn't and won't and can't. Then, you know, Alan says, well, how's everybody else doing? What's going on with y'all? You know, everybody starts telling, you know, how they're feeling and how things are going. And Michelle goes to explain, listen, you know, my husband finally admitted that he ain't S and I'm frustrated, you know, and Alan's like, yeah, but I can understand that if, or at least somebody chimed in and said, hey, you know, if I'm feeling alienated, I am kind of probably going to go to somebody else just for some attention. And so she looks at Alan and says, Alan, would you? You and Madison haven't even kissed yet. Have you texted other girls? And Madison automatically, leave us out of this. Because we're getting closer and closer and closer to figuring out. She's like, "Oh, this is too close. Y'all about to crack the code in a minute. I can't risk it. I don't want to talk about it." Madison said,
"Excuse me, I just said it's against my religion to tell you my business, okay?"
I've been waiting to use that, y'all. I've been waiting to use it. But she said, "We not here for that." And everybody was like, "Yeah, I agree. Let's just," because we all know something is going on, but we're all too afraid to admit it or stir the pot right now. We gonna let Michelle figure it out on her own. That's the vibe I got, but that's where it ended, y'all. That's where it ended. I don't know. But David, of course, came to her rescue and was like, yeah, this isn't the place for that. We're not here. You just need to calm down. David, how you gonna check Alan about him and his wife? And that's why I need Alan to be pumping iron, getting ready. Instead of kicking cabinets, you need to be kicking David. But you're gonna lose. So you pipe down and you bow down. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. My man got to be, listen. Next episode, Michelle finally confronts Madison and says, "Was that text message meant for you?" And then David and Alan end up having a conversation that doesn't go too well. And then David ends up putting 2 and 2 together, and he ends up ruining the kitchen at the Airbnb. And I don't think they're going to be too happy about that. So that's the episode, y'all. But thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. God bless and take care. See you on the next one.